Yo, I think this is episodes. Well, this is the sixth video we done today. I forgot I stopped doing the episode videos. I don't know, man. I just like doing videos this way because, like, how you know which video is which? Like, you be trying to look up a video and you got like in episodes, like, so I gotta go through every episode and see which. I was like, nah, just nah. Anyways, welcome back to another video. This is a video by Kicking It with Ross. This is 1 second, let me read it. This is Ross reacts to WWE finishers that had to be instantly modified. Only one I can think about so far is the pedigree by Triple H. I know that had to be modified. And I don't really know any other. But we'll see. What
What's
you
good,
talking
y'all?
about,
It's
Ross?
Ross back at again with another video. So we're
I was
gonna check
already
out
full screen,
WWE
stupid
finishers
me.
that had to be instantly changed. Now, a wrestler's finisher is supposed to be devastating, supposed to be impactful.
Supposed to be more than just a move that ends a match. It's a maneuver that also drives home a wrestler's character and defines their legacy.
Got him
While
with
fans love
I
iconic
love Roman
finishes
Reigns,
such as
bro.
the Stone Cold Stunner or the
You
Rock
already
Bottom,
know who my
there are
favorite wrestler of
superstars
all
of the
time
past and
is.
present who have used less than
Baron
stellar maneuvers
Corbin.
to get the 3 count.
Like,
However,
bro, I'm
there
not
seems to
playing
be
with y'all.
good reason
It's
as to why
Shawn
these
Michaels, Baron
superstars
Corbin,
changed up
Roman
their
Reigns,
finishes.
Solo Sikoa,
Join us now as
and I don't
WrestleMania
have a
looks at
fifth.
9
So
WWE finishes that
deal with
had to
that.
be changed immediately.
Subscribe to WrestleMania if you haven't already.
I haven't
Be
yet.
sure to
I'll
subscribe
do
and
it
hit that
soon.
notification bell for
Right
daily
moment.
wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, WrestleMania.com. Number 1, Hideo Itami / Kenta.
I was
Go to
looking. I
sleep.
was trying to
The
figure out what
GTS
his
is
name
one of
was.
the most infamous moves in pro wrestling. Why? Because of Mr. Cult of personality himself, CM Punk single-handedly made the finisher famous thanks to his time in WWE. However, a Japanese wrestler named Kenta was the man who invented the GTS. Before his WWE run as Hideo Itami, Kenta was one of the hottest Japanese wrestlers on the indie circuit thanks to classic matches against legends such as Mitsuharu Misawa. That iconic feud saw the birth of the GTS and it's become a well-known finisher for the New Japan star. But fast forward to 2014 and Kenta signed a NXT contract. By this time, CM Punk was gone from the company, so it wasn't a surprise that WWE officials weren't keen on him using the GTS because it reminded them of CM Punk. However, as time passed, Triple H built anticipation for the move until he finally hit it on Austin Aries at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2. Since then, that became a staple part of Itami's finisher until he
The
moved up to the main
GTS
roster.
18.
He hit Brian Kendrick once with the GTS, and that was it. Kendrick suffered a broken orbital bone and he was never allowed to use the GTS again. Brian Kendrick recalled the incident during his appearance on High Spot's virtual gimmick table show and made it clear that Itami was very apologetic following the incident. However, that didn't matter to WWE officials. For 4 years, he was banned from using the very move that he invented until he left WWE in 2017. Kenta hasn't been shy about his time in the company, with the New Japan star even stating that the worst experience he's dealt with in the wrestling business was being banned from using the very move he created. Number 2, Samoa.
Yeah, and that sucks.
Oh yeah, the Muscle
That
Buster.
really does suck.
I don't think the
Being
Muscle
banned from
Buster
using a
was
move that you
modified, but he just
created,
had to stop using it.
especially just creating a move that is just looks brutal, devastating, and is very popular. Obviously, it's not popular because of you. It's popular because of somebody else, but still, that sucks. I know that probably rubbed him the wrong way, and it's unfortunate. Obviously, he wasn't trying to injure Brian Kendrick, but it WWE they're gonna bet. I'm sure they're probably very protective of certain moves if it injure people that they don't want them to use on a regular. So
Joe Muscle Buster. Speaking
Oh yeah, the Muscle Buster. I think he injured Finn Balor, right? Nah, it probably wasn't Finn Balor, probably somebody else.
of banned moves, the Muscle Buster and Samoa Joe are synonymous with one another. The Samoan submission machine has won numerous battles with the finisher, including his unforgettable TNA World title win against Kurt Angle at Lockdown 2008. Joe continued to use the Muscle Buster when he signed with WWE in 2015, but then a freak accident that ended Tyson Kidd's career put the Muscle
Tyson
Buster
Kidd.
on the ban list. In June of 2015, Kidd and Joe had a dark match and Joe used his signature Muscle Buster finisher. Kidd suffered
I
a
think
severe
he
neck
jumped
injury,
into it.
immediately went to surgery. Thankfully, the former WWE star made a miraculous recovery, as this was a life-threatening injury
Yeah.
that only 5% of people survived.
Woo.
Joe did use the Muscle Buster on several occasions following the scary incident, including feuds against Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. However, Joe's go-to finisher became the Coquina Clutch, which still worked out for the former WWE star, but wasn't as dynamic or
Cocaine.
devastating as the Muscle Buster. Number 3.
And that was an unfortunate situation. Granted, that Coquina Clutch still works and it fits
Cocaine.
his persona of choking someone out while talking shit to him. But obviously, the Muscle Buster, when you saw it, you knew, all right, somebody's about to get KO'd from this, and it looks devastating, to be honest with you. So
And it
was
was.
just unfortunate what happened on why he can't use it anymore. But it's part of the wrestling business, man.
I'm pretty sure
it's
he
dangerous
probably
stepping
uses
in
it
between
in
those ropes.
3. Chris Jericho, Lion Tamer.
AEW.
The Lion Salt and the Lion Tamer have been in Chris Jericho's arsenal for decades.
Mhm.
Then time passed on, the Lion Tamer slowly transitioned to a simple Boston Crab that was labeled as the Walls of Jericho.
Yeah.
Jericho's Lion Tamer was never banned, as he would bust out the original submission move here and there during his WWE run. However, according to the former WWE champion himself, the move was harder to use on larger opponents, which is why he opted for the Boston Crab instead.
Yeah.
And Chris Jericho was a huge fixture in WCW's Cruiserweight division, so he didn't particularly run into that issue much there. It's understandable why Jericho had to change his moveset in order to suit the bigger men in WWE, even if that change was just a glorified version of the Boston Crab.
Yeah,
Number
makes
4,
sense.
Randy Orton, the Punk Kick. Randy-
Bring it back.
He did
Bring
it against
back.
Shawn Michaels.
It was nice to see it when he brought it back. I think during the pandemic he had brought it back for a little bit. He was kicking legends in the skull again. It was chef's kiss. Bring it back, bro.
Orton is a veteran in the WWE, having a career that has spanned over many eras. His RKO is one of the most widely known wrestling moves ever. It's a devastating finisher that has had a number of variations over the years. However, for a brief time, Orton used an even more devastating finisher, a finisher that was considered incredibly brutal.
Yes.
Too brutal, in fact, that Vince McMahon outright banned the finisher. Now, Orton did, however, manage to get the finisher back.
Yep.
Orton made sure the move was now safe enough to use on the likes of Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels, as the consequences of the move going wrong could lead to severe damage.
Yeah.
Number 5, Dean Ambrose.
And I hope he starts utilizing it whenever. I think it's more of a move that works as when he's a heel. As a babyface, yeah, he can still use it, but it works better as a heel because you're trying to legitimately give someone CTE and try to end their career. Like, it's a move that once you get hit with it, you shouldn't be around on television for a while. Like, you got concussed. Per move, you got concussed. Got hit with the CTE at its finest. So I think, if
CTE.
he does bring it back, it needs to be when he's
That's
a
wild.
heel trying to destroy a babyface or whatever the case may be. So
Dirty Deeds. Dean Ambrose was always an interesting cast in the WWE. The former WWE champion made an immediate impact by debuting alongside Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins during the main event of Survivor Series 2012. Ambrose's moveset perfectly fit with his character, a scrappy and crazed pitbull who was the furthest thing from a clean fighter. So when he used the original Dirty Deeds, a headlock driver, it was a rather simple finisher that fits into his personality, and it even looked devastating.
Yeah.
But over time, Dirty Deeds turned into a simple underhook DDT.
Yeah.
On one hand, it was a nice homage to Mick Foley, the man that he was originally supposed to feud with in his WWE debut. But why did it change? Well, blame Randy Orton, or at least his height. As in an interview with Fightful, Ambrose mentioned, "The headlock driver's awesome if you got the right guy doing it to the right guy. It can be the nastiest, coldest piledriver looking thing in the world, or if the guy is taller than you, which so many of the guys in the WWE were taller than me, it can just be really awkward and stupid looking. I think I gave it to Randy Orton one time, who is someone with a significant height advantage on me. It was just awkward. I was like, that's it, I'm switching this up."
wow.
Number 6.
So that's why he switched it up. Now it makes sense. Because I was wondering why he had switched it up, and then he just went with the double arm drag DDT, which, in my
He
opinion,
just shot
it's
DDT.
like, because DDTs are like, nowadays, back in the day, they used to be like impactful, and you would believe it would finish an opponent. Nowadays, everybody uses it. It's like a damn near setup move. So when he switched it, I was like, if the other
People
one
don't
made
really
sense
use
because
it.
he's kind of leading in with the person's head.
Maybe
This
Liv
one is just
Morgan,
like,
Zelina.
ah, I mean, they tried to make it work as best they
Allegedly,
could. I prefer
I'd
his
say.
original one, but it makes
I
sense
know
if someone's taller than you, and there's a lot of tall
Dolph
guys
Ziggler
in
used to use it a
WWE.
lot, but he's gone now.
It would kind of look a little bit weird.
Kevin
He's in
Owens'
TNA.
pop-up
Oh
powerbomb.
man,
One of the most
Got to
memorable
go
debuts in
one-on-one
NXT was
against the
Kevin
world
Owens'
champion.
shocking
Lose.
heel turn after Sami Zayn's
Bop!
big win for the NXT Championship. Owens powerbombed Zayn onto the apron, and there was legitimate concern that the newly crowned NXT champion was injured.
So
His
good.
pop-up powerbomb was built up as an extremely devastating finisher that has put several names on the injured list, including John Cena, Daniel Bryan, and
Yeah.
Shane McMahon. That's presumably why it had been moved to a signature move instead. The stunner worked perfectly for Stone Cold Steve Austin, and though Owens performs the move correctly, it never looks as dangerous or devastating as a
Yeah.
pop-up powerbomb. That
Yeah.
finisher was not just
No,
a
that-
great-looking move,
He
but it
makes it look
effectively
bad,
put
but
Owens
you
as a
just hate
credible main
him to
eventer.
stun it when he
Hopefully he
does.
gets the spotlight as his primary finisher again. Number 7.
Yeah, I hope so. Bring it back.
He
but
said he
in
stopped doing it because everybody
sparingly.
was doing the
But I
powerbomb.
think it most likely works once again, him as a heel, because you have to really want to end somebody by picking them up and throwing them spine first into the edge of the ring. So right now he's a baby
top of
face.
that,
If you
ring
turn him heel and have him go rogue
Not
on
the edge of the
someone
ring, what
and
they
do that
say,
to
Ross.
someone, I think you can make that work. Once again, some of these finishers, signatures.
Fame match against Will Ospreay in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Ricochet is a human highlight reel. Not surprisingly, he slowed down moveset when he signed his WWE contract in 2018. Every now and then, Ricochet will pull out an old indie such as a double moonsault
That's
in
crazy.
2018's NXT War Games. Ricochet's standard
Insanity.
finisher is a 630, but the double moonsault was typically his normal finisher on the indie scene. That move by itself is simply a thing of beauty and a
Yeah.
flashier and more impressive maneuver than the 630. However, Ricochet mentioned in an interview with Chris Van Vliet that he simply doesn't want to do the move anymore due to its risky nature. Honestly, probably only the double moonsault maybe, and that's not even... Honestly, I could probably still do it if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I did it off the cage. I would have actually taken some time to practice, really practice, because it's just one of those that's not used often. I was just asked the other day when was the last time I even did it. I couldn't tell you the last time that I did the double moonsault. I don't know. Other than the one off on the cage at NXT, before that, even like in the ring, man, I couldn't tell you. Number 8, Seth.
I love that move, by the way. Such a beautiful move, but hey, if he wants to pull back on it and he doesn't want to risk it as much,
Oh yeah, the
hey
curb
man,
stomp.
who am I to
You
tell
told,
him? It's a
you-
beautiful
he had to do
move.
the curb
If he
stomp
does
that
pull
week.
it out,
Or don't do
once
it at all.
every full moon, cool. If he doesn't, it's fine. Ricochet is a very talented wrestler, very talented individual, and he has plenty of other moves and high flying acrobatics that you can enjoy, even if he doesn't pull that out. So,
Rollins curb stomp.
ah,
Remember
yeah,
that awkward period when WWE stripped Seth Rollins of the curb stomp?
uh huh.
Well, reportedly, Vince McMahon opted to ban the move because he felt that young children could easily imitate the finisher. Whilst it was banned for some time, the curb stomp is perfect for Rollins. It was a nice tool for him as a cowardly heel, as he could
Yeah,
easily
it
come out
worked.
of nowhere and nail his finisher. It was also an effective finisher for him as a babyface because the stomp always looks so devastating and cool. And number 9, Triple H.
Yeah. And then they brought it back anyway. They just don't call it the curb stomp. They just call it the stomp now. They literally brought it back. Because at one point he was using a Triple H pedigree, fit him perfectly. It was great.
Original pedigree. Triple H's mastery of the pedigree has earned him numerous victories and accolades throughout his WWE career. It has become synonymous with his name and has solidified his place as one of the all-time greats in pro wrestling. However, the pedigree we saw throughout his late years in WWE was completely different to the one he used during the start. Fans got a glimpse of this devastating version of the move when he wrestled Marty Gunner on WWE Superstars. Rather than just release the whole body on top of the mat after underhooking the wrestler's arms, Triple H would devastatingly spike the head right into the mat,
Yeah.
which subsequently injured his neck. Triple H had then since changed the move, and it worked in his favor, as some of the guys in WWE were huge, and there's no way that he could have spike piledrived them right on their head. But there you have
Yeah.
it, folks. 9 finished.
He had to change it. It made sense. There was no way. Hell no.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Super dangerous
I
too.
wouldn't want to take that. Oh my god. My head. But anyways, as always,